It's a tan hat. And you said that it would be red or blue. People
You're
in the chat
wrong.
my hat.
So wrong.
Well. Welcome to Board Game Breakfast. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia. Hello, everyone.
So there's a few exciting things we want to talk about before we get started in the show. The first is we have a contest. So there's this game, Lots. This is a stacking game. It comes with these really chunky Tetris-y type pieces here. And you're going to be putting these pieces down on your turn and trying not to make the building fall. Although it's not as much a dexterity game as it is as you place the pieces. You get points for finishing floors and for putting out the touching the same color pieces to the same color, and has this really cute artwork here. They're like, it's a very diverse group of people. You can see here, they're like chibi people, chibi construction workers.
Cute.
Yeah, I really like it. So we have 2 copies we're giving away, and all you have to do to enter this contest, which is only happening if you're watching this live, is to email us at contest@dicetower.com, and in the subject header, just put the word Lots, Lots. Actually, the full name is Lots, a competitive tower building game, but you just need to put in Lots in your subject, and then your address, and then we're going to pick 2 winners. I will say, this is, because of shipping restrictions, this one is North American only. So if you are in North America, you can enter this contest. We'll have various contests as, the shows go by. So that's the first thing, Lots. Secondly, if you haven't noticed, in 2 weeks or a week and a, about 2 weeks, I guess exactly, we, in conjunction with Board Game Geek, or I should probably say Board Game Geek in conjunction with us, is running Virtual Con. And folks, it is really cool. You can go and log in. If you were coming to Dice Tower East, you're already in. You go set up an account. I went and did that yesterday. I scheduled a game. People already joined the game. And all right, I'm going to be scheduling a few games. We realize we're going to be playing games the whole week. You're not going to be able to play every game with us. It's just not possible, right? But I'm really excited about it. The system is clean. It's fun. And just go to Board Game Geek or our own website, dicetower.com, and you'll find a link to how you get to these spots to learn more about this. It's just I can't tell you how impressed I am with the setup for this. You just go in there, you say what time you're going to run a game, what game you're running, what platform, what people need to use. So maybe Tabletopia, Tabletop Simulator, iOS, whatever, and then people can join it. It's a very simple system, and there's lots of games. There's well over 100 events already scheduled in there that people are doing, and more will happen as time goes by. So that's coming. And then the week after that is Summer Spectacular, which is going to be a series of videos, 5 top 10 lists back to back. The Dice Tower Awards are going to be announced, and many other things are going to happen during that time frame. It's not going to be a live 24-hour stream, but a lot of stuff, more content than you'll probably be able to watch in a week. I hope that we can do it in a week, right? Okay, anyhow. So there you go. So let's get started here. We'll start with the news. Okay, so we always put up a bunch of news. Sometimes news comes in before, we build all this stuff up ahead of time. And so we just found out this morning that the Origins virtual convention has been canceled, and Origins has posted a statement online about that. You can go read more about that. Shut Up and Sit Down convention, Shucks, was also canceled, and they also announced an online version of their con. And again, you can go to their feeds and find out about that. Okay, so here's the news that we had prepared ahead of time. First, from the Op, they've released a Rochambeau game called Super Cats, they have released it. It's a rock, paper, scissors game. It was originally from a company called Gree, I think. I actually have reviewed this one already. This is from Antoine Bauza and Ludovic Montblanc and Corentin Lebrant, who've done games you probably heard of. Actually, there's like 5 designers, Nicholas Orry and Theo Riveri. I didn't realize there was that many designers for this. They had worked on Draftosaurus.
Yeah, this team works together a lot. They have a little cute, I forget what it is, but they call themselves a cute little design name team. It's escaping me right now, but they've sort of worked together on a few different things. What's funny is typically they're very small games. So sort of interesting that it takes all 5 of them. Each one must show up for like half a day. But
I was actually confused how this game works. Your
Yeah.
cats, you have these 5 cats in front of you, or 6, I think, and you duel with other people, and you're basically trying to flip your cats over and turn them into superheroes. And so each turn you put out a number card from 0 to 5, and the highest one wins, but ties cancel each other out.
yeah,
So there's that. So then once someone gets all 6 super cats, they don't win. They then become the super cat team, and everybody else plays this giant robotic dog, and then they all play against this player who has to beat them to win the game.
okay.
So it's actually pretty fun. It's very
You
small.
played this, you said, yeah?
I did. I didn't play the op version. I played the original version.
Okay, cool.
Hey, you like free stuff? Everyone likes free stuff. Free RPG Day is coming. That's July 25th. So a lot of stores are now open, at least for you to go in and pick things up. And so there's going to be exclusive printed content for a wide variety of tabletop role-playing games. This includes Paizo, WizKids, FFG, Renegade Games. And so if you want to know more about this, you can check out freerpgday.com. You going to get some free RPG stuff?
Probably not.
I'm always tempted, right? I'm always tempted.
Yeah.
It's free, right? And you're like, wow,
It's
like
like
I was
just check something out that you don't really have a way in, or don't think like, well, I might spend the money on this and then not get into it. This is, it achieves its purpose, which is to give you a taste. I think it's great.
WizKids announced the Last Second Quest and El Maestro. That's coming in July. There are 2 new games coming. Last Second Quest is a social real-time polyomino game, because why not? There's a lot of those out there right now. You're just grabbing pieces. And the Last Second Quest, well, actually, they didn't talk about the other one very much, El Maestro. But Last Second Quest, it looks interesting, but I think the real-time thing might throw you off.
Yeah. Well, I think El Maestro is the one where you are drawing
You're right.
the air, right?
It's the next slide. So there you go. El Maestro, you draw something in the air and everyone else mimics their motions. That sounds like you would hate it.
No, I don't know. I don't think I would hate it. I don't think I'd get that far. That would imply playing it.
Got it. Oh, everyone else is drawing it on their paper. I see. So one person's doing this and everyone else is trying to draw a picture of it on the paper.
That might be okay.
I'm not hating that idea.
That's okay. Yeah, I'll check this out. I like the cover quite a bit. It's very, very pretty game from WizKids.
All right, we got a couple things from Portal. Portal has it that they pushed some of the releases back. Let me see. They pushed back Barbarian Hordes. No. They pushed some things back. $1 Million Script and Vienna Connection. But they are doing their Detective Signature series. This is where different publishers or different designers are going to make a case for detectives. So the first one's Dig Deeper that Rob Daviau does. I really love the cover for this one, by the way.
That's great.
And then Troglodytes for Neuroshima Hex. What expansion number is this?
Oh boy. Somewhere between 14 and 18.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
To me, that's amazing because these factions have to be fairly well balanced, right?
Yeah. They got to put them up against at least most of the other. I don't know how they do it at this point, but those guys know what they're doing with playtesting. It's cool. I like the look of it quite a bit. This is one I'm excited for. I'm excited for them all the time. Anyway, these Neuroshima Hex expansions. But yeah, this one I did not know about, whereas the Detective series Dig Deeper I knew about. Their big box Rise of the Empire for Imperial Sellers I knew about. So some of the other things I knew. This one's new to me.
All right, this is kind of a new thing here from Marvel and Funko. They're making a collectible game, Marvel Battle World Mystery of the Thanos Stones. So I wish I had more information. There's more information now. It's a little collectible miniature battle game for 1 to 4 players. It's going to combine dice, cards, and figures. in this little battle system. You buy these little battle balls. You open it up and you get 2 figures, cards, and a pair of dice in it. And then you're just trying to beat Thanos. I believe in season 1, there will be different ones. There's a mega pack that you can get 6 collectible heroes and 13 cards. But it doesn't say how many different heroes. We know there's Iron Man, Captain Marvel, Groot, Valkyrie, Gamora, and Throg.
Who's Throg?
Hang on. You would think I would know that one. And
Tom,
I'm not
I call you Marvel Man.
Throg.
Besides that, I also think you know a lot about Marvel movies and comics.
Throg is apparently a frog Thor.
I'm so upset that I asked.
Yeah. I don't know that I've ever seen him in the thing. Okay, so this could be collectible. So obviously, some people aren't going to like it, and it looks like it's the kind of game that will be marketed for Walmart and things like that, where you go there and buy a pack of these, and kids will go buy them.
It's coming to Target. It's exclusive at Target,
so it's not going to be coming to Walmart, is what I was saying.
It'll come to Target. It feels like the kind of game that might come to Target, maybe exclusively to Target. I have to say, I'm not a huge fan of that title. Battle World is fine. Mystery of the Thanos Stones. They're trying to use the same S for Thanos and Stones. Ugh,
no. I think it's actually a acapella group. It's the Thanos group. Tones.
The Thanos Tones. Ba 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 ba. Mr. Thanos. Snap up your fingers, da da da. You dusted everyone, now they're all weeping. Bum 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 bum.
Oh, Throg was apparently, someone in the comments says, is when Loki turned Thor into a frog. Got it. All right. He did say in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, didn't he say he turned him into a snake once or something?
Yeah.
All right. The Charles S. Roberts Awards are back on. I have to be honest. I didn't know that they had been off. Apparently, they've been off for 7 years. Charles S. Roberts is the man who founded Avalon Hill. So they had awards. These are the War Gamers. They are picking these awards. And it was on a hiatus. The last one was in 2013. The first one was in 1975 at Origins, of all things, that original one. But you can go vote on these. And Z, it will probably vote because I want to know what Z thinks the best Ancients to pre-Napoleonic era board war game is, or the best Napoleonic era. They have a lot of categories here, and it's all very, very, very war game heavy, and that's fine. Very
specific, right. And there's so many good choices for Ancients to pre-Napoleonic. I don't know what to tell you off the top of my head, Tom. I'd rather not. But I did see probably one of the funniest comments I've seen in a long time on Board Game Geek was they posted this list with the categories you're seeing here, and then the formats: best solitaire war game, best magazine board war game, best print and play board war, like all these things. And then somebody, like one of the very top comments was somebody said, "So Wingspan?" And I just died laughing. It was such a good comment. But this is cool. I'm glad. Yeah, I did not know this was not on the table.
And this is why, for example, we don't do a war game category on the Dice Tower. We're just not qualified to do it.
No,
right. And with something like this in existence, you can go there and, and it's much more detailed, and people who know what they're talking about can do it.
Right. Absolutely.
So, all right. Ravensburger announces Back to the Future Dice Through Time. So how these things happen. Well, by the way, thank you, Andy, for becoming a new member of the Dice Tower chat. Yay, Andy. The 2 Back to the Future games are coming out simultaneously, practically. The Funkoverse one, and then now one from Ravensburger. I've not played the Ravensburger one. I think it's coming out next week, I think. It's from designers Chris Leader, Ken Franklin, and Kevin Rogers. But this has the whole trilogy in it. The one from Funkoverse was just concentrating on the first movie, and this one actually has time involved in it. So again, I will hunt this down when it comes out. I just haven't seen it yet, but I like Back to the Future, so more games about it, the merrier.
That's cool.
I do think there might be confusion since both of these came.
Right.
Speaking of confusing, New expansion for Through the Ages, New Leaders and Wonders. And why I think this is confusing is I thought this already existed, but it existed only for the app. So well, at least according to what I'm reading here. It was released in 2019 digitally, and now the actual board game comes out. I'm not sure I've seen this before, where the digital expansion has come out before the published expansion.
I agree. I don't think I've heard of anything like this before.
Yeah, so this just adds more stuff, and you can add the expansion. I'm going to be playing Through the Ages eventually online, and I do want to download the New Leaders and Wonders just to check that out. But now it's going to come out for the board game too.
Have you played the game physically in the past?
I have. It's hard for me to want to play it physically now because the app is just that good.
Yeah.
All right, Button Shy. I don't know if you've never heard of Button Shy. They make little wallet games. We've talked about these in the past. They've made some absolutely fantastic ones. Circle the Wagons and Sprawlopolis are probably, and Tussie Mussy. Those are probably the three most popular ones they've done, but they've done quite a few. They've announced a new 18-card challenge because most of their games are probably 18 cards or so. And it's a worker placement game they're trying to do. I don't know how you can do a worker placement game. You can't modify the cards in any way. It's just cards, but hey, this is an interesting thing. There's also rules: no dexterity games, no solo games. That's interesting. No tile laying games. So this is really, I was reading the restrictions thinking I'm not smart enough to pull this off, but maybe one of you are. All right, we mentioned this yesterday in crowd surfing, but if you didn't hear the news, Matago is currently running a Kickstarter for Kemet, and one of the things they were doing in Kemet was they had this Cthulhu expansion. There was some backlash since Cthulhu wasn't an Egyptian god, so they changed the expansion to they changed it. I forget the name of it now, but they changed it to another name. It's no longer Cthulhu, but you can still add on Cthulhu as an add-on if you want to. It feels like it's a nice compromise. So if you want Cthulhu and you're in Egypt, you can have it, and if you don't worry about it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I did not realize there was a backlash to this. I missed it, that backlash. I think it's kind of, and part of me wants to say it's kind of silly that to state that Cthulhu isn't an Egyptian deity. He's not a real deity. Like, he's not a deity at all, right? I mean,
some people worship him. The cultists.
He's got no historical,
sure,
setting.
He's a made-up character, right?
Right. And so it's and a recent one also, in the last 100 years or so. But yeah. But okay, I guess if folks wanted they felt a little distracted by it in their game, then this is a nice compromise.
As a quick back to our last news that we did, the Dice Tower apparently says, it must be Mike, says the Through the Ages expansion, they had a printing error last year and had to destroy the print run and reprint it. So that explains that.
Wow. Okay.
Yeesh, yeah. All right. Anyhow, last piece of news here I'm really excited about. They've announced, Arcane Wonders announced the next Dice Tower Essentials game. I've known about this for 2 years. And that's Freedom 5. So this game is based on Defenders of the Realm. This is designed by Richard Launius in conjunction with the Sadler brothers, Adam and Brady. And so there was the Defenders of the Realm, which was a game in which you defended hordes of fantasy monsters and a fantasy thing. And then they made a game a few years later called Defenders of the Last Stand, which was the same thing but in a post-apocalyptic setting. Well, Freedom 5 is the same thing in a superhero setting, but very specifically in the Sentinels of the Multiverse. So this is working with Greater Than Games. One of the reasons this took a while for you to hear about it, a lot of playtesting and then a lot of how does this license fit in. The artwork has been changed somewhat. If you can see the picture there, that doesn't look like your typical Sentinels of the Multiverse artwork, but it is the same characters and you're defending this city from villains and stuff attacking it. I've played it. It's very entertaining. It's very strongly thematic, as you would expect from Launius and the Sadler brothers. This is coming to Kickstarter this year, September 8th, and I think it will be released later on in 2021. So
nice.
That's
Very
one
cool.
piece of Kickstarter news. Let's move on to some more.
Well, hello there, gorgeous. How many Kickstarters are you backing? Is the current conversation I have with my cat like every day as we're waiting for all these Kickstarters to come in. When are we going to get all the Kickstarters? Because, I mean, I need some new games in my life, right? And not only do I need some new games, but I think we need, like, more Kickstarters on Kickstarters. Like, there's a lull in here, and I am not happy about it. Kitty is not happy about it. We are not happy about this lull, okay? Featured this week, we have Nemesis Lockdown by Awakened Realms, which is for 1 to 5 B-moving space randos looking to cooperatively make it off their alien-infested ship, or at least not be the last one to make it off their alien-infested ship in about 90 to 180 minutes, as players will be fleeing from an all-new alien threat on this modular spaceship that can be combined with some of the characters and aliens from the original game. This streamlined standalone expansion starts at $119. Speaking of hostile takeovers, we have Kemet Blood and Sand by Matagos, bringing 2 to 5 Egyptian gods to the table for this new streamlined installment with enhanced rules, new black pyramids, and a brand new way to murder your opponents from across the board for about 90 to 120 minutes, and without your local Stargate at hand, as this remake of the original features cards to be used for divine interventions and an upgraded pack that can be added to your original game if that is your jam. Now, this area control game that requires plenty of hand management starts at $77. Next up is Merchants of the Dark Road by Elf Creek Games, that calls upon 1 to 4 traveling shopkeepers to deliver their goods and make them sweet coins, as players will be using dice placement to control their wagons full of wares, crossing the city to complete tasks, take actions, and manipulate the market for 60 to 120 minutes in this dice placement game that reminds you that the road may be dark and treacherous, but fame and Lumi coins are where it's at. The starting price for this game is $49. And lastly, we have Barbarian Battlegrounds Tales of Barbaria by Greenbrier Games, who calls for 2 to 6 of the most glory-hungry bears to raid villages, go on adventures, and collect that loot for 45 minutes, as players will be using their pools of dice to strategically place hidden battle plans behind a screen, battling other players over territories throughout the season, and even raiding their villages, all in the name of glory. And I'm not talking about me. In this adorably colorful game that reminds you just how deadly the Care Bears would have been if the power of love and friendship wasn't behind them, in this glorious game that starts at $40. Thanks so much for joining me this week, guys. If you want to know more about any of the Kickstarters that we saw here today, or just the general irritability of my cat and her disposition, then join me at gloryhound.com, as we will talk about all of these Kickstarters in depth, if we would back them or not. It is a live show, so you get to see my cat's butt on live stream and comment about it. Other than that, I will see all of you guys next week.
France, 1942. Your town is occupied by the German forces. What are you talking about, Germany occupying France in 1942? Well, think of it as a foreign power taking over the United States of America. Well, that's what happened in France in 1940. Yep. And in Paris, which is a city, a metropolis, like New York, well, it was occupied for 4 years. Could you imagine? I mean, that's not that long ago. It's not like it's the Roman times, man. It's like it's 100 years ago. Not even. 80. And that's why I will fight oppression. And you can do that with a game by Flying Pig Games called La Résistance. So in this game, you're part of the Free French, to cause damage to the Nazis who are occupying your town, your house, your food. And this is a 3 to 6 player game, and I call this a party game. Why is it a party game? Because it's a lot of fun, and what you gotta do is you have 6 character cards like this, And each character cards is a cell of people, right? But you're playing together, but you're playing against each other because you gotta win, right? Someone's gotta win. And you gotta get glory points, and you gotta get enough recruits. If you lose all recruits, well, you got nothing. You're gone. And if you lose all the glory points, well, you got nothing. You're gone. But if you got glory points and recruits and they don't have, well, you win. Not fun? So the point is to recruit young, wannabe fighters to take over the Bosch like this.
Sorry.
So say it. Don't look at me.
I don't know.
So go. Just say it like you're
Vive la France!
Ah, the kid's cute, but we gotta make a man out of him. Say it again.
Vive la France!
Very good. Now, Tom is probably saying, he didn't do anything. He didn't review a game. Well, you know what? I hyped it up. Come back next week, and I'll show you how to play La Resistance!
Hi, everybody.
Hello, we are Ryan and Bethany.
From Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
All right, today we're going to be talking about Tattoo Stories. This is a game that's kind of like a goulash thrown together of like many familiar party games that you might have played. Games like Apples to Apples, Pictionary, and Snake Oil. Snake Oil is where you're like kind of pitching products to one another. That happens in this game as well.
So in Tattoo Stories, everybody takes the turn being a customer. When you're a customer, you draw 10 cards with words on them. You choose 5, and then all the other people have to pitch you, or they have to draw a tattoo based on those 5 cards. And that could be just a variety of random things like rainbows, schoolyard, American flag, hope, like just really weird, just like really weird things. And so everybody gets 3 minutes to draw a tattoo. You can't erase. And then afterwards, they pitch you your idea. And what you do is everybody who thinks it encapsulates a word gets that card of the 5 cards that you chose. So somebody could get all of them and somebody could get none of them. At the end of the game, whoever has the most cards wins.
It is just hilarious, and it is a blast to see people drawing, Abraham Lincoln riding a dolphin with spaghetti in the background or something, it's just...
Or aliens with ramen noodles.
With a ramen noodle sombrero. This crazy stuff comes out of the story, and it is just so much fun.
Yeah, I think we just laughed so much when we played this game. Not so much what people draw, but how they try to make you want what they draw and why they're trying to sell their tattoo to you, why you should put what they drew on your body. Come on, mine's better than theirs, even though theirs is definitely better artwork. It's just like, it's really funny.
Yeah, I will say that we are not party gamers. As a result, playing this more than one time in a row can really kind of overstay its welcome. You play it once and then move on to the next game, and you're going to have a laugh and then get to some other games. But yeah, we do think it's a lot of fun playing Tattoo Stories.
If you want to hear our full thoughts, go ahead and find us on YouTube or Facebook under Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. Well, everybody, this is Ryan and Bethany, hoping you have a happy, healthy breakfast.
Bye, everybody.
Hey.
All right, we're going to jump right into the game here today, folks. It's Z versus the Internet versus you all. And I do want to say that if you're just tuning in now, there's a contest going on in this episode. So you want to slide back to the beginning of the show to enter that because it's only live. So here's how this show works. Z puts together he does the editing or a lot of the editing. Roy does part of it for the show. And I feel like Z's cheating. He's looking at my questions somehow. How do you know?
Because of brains.
All right. Well, today we're doing a numbers game. And the fact of I'm going to ask you a question with a number, you probably don't know the answer to that number.
Well, let's not make assumptions.
Yes, you don't know these. So Z will guess, and I'm going to pick 4 guesses randomly I'll pick 4 next to each other randomly from the guesses answered by the internet, by you all, in the chat. And If Z is the closest to the answer, whether it's under or over, he gets 3 points. If he beats one of you, he gets 1 point. If he beats two people, no one gets points. If three of you beat him, you get 1 point. And if all four are closer than Z, you get 3 points. So
wait, it's
I mentioned
three.
that
So it's 3, 1, 0.
-1, -3.
Oh, so it's just even. It's just an even scale. Okay.
It is an
I know
even scale.
Sometimes we try to be weird about it. So
the first question here is about tattoos, coincidentally. Yes, tattoos, of which you can see I have many. Actually, we keep toying with the idea. Mike keeps pushing us, like, one of these days we're going to go somewhere and I'll get our dice guy tattooed on our shoulder or something. Well, I don't know. I mentioned it to my wife, and she didn't say no. So I'm afraid of pain now. I'm such a wimp.
you can just get like a temporary tattoo. Get like a little tag.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so this survey was done in December 12th of last year. So close enough. What percentage of Americans have at least one tattoo? What percentage of Americans have at least one tattoo? So, of course, this is obviously done in a survey with a, plus or minus and all that jazz. So, what percentage? So, in here. And so, folks, if you're in chat, you can just type in answers, and I'll pick 4 of them, and then we'll compare them to Z.
All right, I got mine.
What percentage of the Dice Tower has tattoos? Alrighty, well, I'm just going to jump here.
No, yeah, that's.
In this particular case, I'm going to just take the first 4 answers, but sometimes I'll scroll through and take multiple answers here. So, and I have the answers down. All right, Z, go ahead. What do you think?
I said 19%.
19%. Alrighty. Well, the actual answer is 35%.
No.
The people said
way.
18, 12, 38, and 55. 20.
Wait, does this include only adults?
Sorry?
This must include only adults.
That's a good point. Something I probably didn't clarify.
Yeah, because I said 19, because I'm assuming there's a lot of people who live in this country between the ages of like 0 and, say, 14 that probably don't have tattoos.
But to be fair,
also,
the people
biased.
But to be fair, the people also didn't hear that qualifier either.
Yeah, but they knew about it because you posted it in the comments. I'm not reading the comments, am I?
I'm sure. Okay, so anyhow, where are we at here? So you were, let's see. So you said 19. You were closer than 3 people. So you still get a point. So stop whining. Z has 1 point.
You said 30. What was it? 35?
35. I did.
That's wild.
All right.
That's
second
more
question
than a
is,
third? Wow.
Of these people surveyed who were apparently adults, how many of them had 11 to 20 tattoos?
Whoa.
I do hear that once you start getting tattoos, it's kind of addicting and people get more. I've heard that.
Right. Well, that's why I went lower with the percentage, because I figured it's a smaller group than I expected, but they each have typically more than one, right? Sometimes many, sometimes a few. Okay, so 35 dropping down to now you said from those 35%?
No.
How did you phrase the question?
35% had at least one. So
okay,
it's going to be smaller than 35. It's going to be smaller than 35.
Not necessarily.
That's how math works. Yes, necessarily.
102%.
All right, I got the 4 from people here.
You ready for this? 19%.
Is that really your answer?
Yeah, why not? It was the answer for the first thing. You hit me with a 35, so I'm going with a 19%.
All right.
It's probably too high now. Yeah.
People have 7, 15, 8, and 13. All right. And the actual answer is 9.
That's what I said. I called you teen. I'm sorry, I wasn't clear. I said 9, teen. Yeah, I wasn't. I'm sorry. Oh.
So all 4 people were closer than Z. So 3 points for the people.
Listen. Let me clarify myself once more. You're a young, strapping young man. I called you teen. Like an Amish teen, certainly, but a teen nonetheless. You gotta give me these points.
To the next question here. All right, I could only find a survey in 2016 of this, but in 2016 they surveyed people about hats. All right, so how many people? And again, this was a North American survey.
Okay.
How many people wear a hat? Doesn't matter what kind of hat, any kind of hat. Wear a hat every day.
Every day.
I'm in that category.
You do. You'd wear a hat even if you weren't on camera every day, wouldn't you?
Outside only, but yes.
Sure.
I guess if I didn't go outside, I wouldn't wear a hat, but.
Okay. Percentage of people who wear a hat every day. That's an interesting question, Tom. You ready for this?
Are you ready for this now? I am. Hang on, let me grab the people first. I got them. Let me write these down.
Down, yeah. Write them down.
Got it. Go ahead.
I'm going to go with 19%.
That's a good guess. The people said 12, 10, 31, and 16. The actual answer? 11%. 11%, which means 3 people were closer than Z, which gives another point to the people, making the score 4-1.
In my favor.
Now, no. What do you think the number 1 hat worn is?
A baseball cap? I mean, it has to be.
Well, the number 2 is like a knit cap, right? The wool caps and some people wear them.
Angle, yeah.
Right. But the baseball caps is the number 1. What percentage of people surveyed when asked what kind of hat they wear said baseball caps? And again, this is North American. That's very specific because if you go outside North America, baseball caps are less common.
And again, you're
literally wearing one right now.
We're going full percentage here, so a number lower than 11.
No, this is not lower than 11. This is of the people they surveyed.
Because the 11%, what percent?
11% said they wear hats. They wear hats once a day. This is the hat that you wear most often.
All right. Well, my 19% falls through on this one.
Well, you can switch it to 91 if you want.
This is the number 1 answer. I don't think there's enough different kinds of answers likely for 19% to hold up. It's gonna have to go up. If I understand how that works.
Do you want to hear the? Do you want to hear the statistics on, like, what the different hats are?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll give that to you. I don't think that will change.
Give me the percentages too while you're at it.
Yeah, it's because, blah blah blah.
Baseball caps.
Never mind. I can't find this page fast enough. Just don't worry about it.
Straight line.
I already have the people's number. You can say yours.
All right, I'm going to go with 35%.
35%. That's a good answer. The actual answer? Well, the people said 55, 65, 48, and 65. Again, 2 65s. I didn't even notice that. Well, too bad. And the actual answer is 51.
Ooh.
Which means everybody was closer than you. So 3 more points for the people. You're getting whooped on.
I am getting whooped. Question about hats and kids getting tattoos and whatnot.
We're moving fast. We got 4 more. Okay, what piece of where am I going to next? So I thought, what do I wear? What do I think about when I put on every day besides my hat? Is my socks.
Suspenders.
All right.
Like a massive nerd. What? Socks? Okay.
Oh, I didn't even think about doing a suspenders stats. Okay, but anyway, so I looked up on the internet socks, and the last poll I could find was in 2012. So realize
No one can be bothered anymore.
But this was a worldwide poll. And over the worldwide, the number one color of people wearing socks is black socks. With the exception of Eastern Europe, blue beats out black. But when you average it overall, black is number one. I think it's like black, blue, brown. No, white. It's black, blue, white, brown, and then a few other colors, and then other type thing.
Sure.
So I want to know what percentage worldwide in 2012 of people, the socks they most often wear, are black.
What the garbage is this? Okay.
I was looking for a stat. Someone in the comments mentioned they think 95% of people wear socks. I was looking for stats on the number of people who just don't wear socks. Because I know some people just don't wear socks, like Steve Jobs, I guess. No, Steve Jobs walked around bare feet all the time, right?
I don't know.
That's what the
Are we going worldwide? I mean,
I don't. Well, not worldwide. Okay, just stay on topic.
Target. I'm staying on target. You're the one who's going off into who wears socks and why, and how come no one's asked this since 2012?
All right, what percent?
Because who cares? 42%. The answer to everything.
In this case, the people said 49%, 34%, 60%, and 35%. And the actual answer is 45%, which means Z is closer than everyone, giving him 3 points. He's coming back.
Don't mess with me with questions about socks.
I haven't been writing a score down, but I want to say it's 6-4. Does that sound right? No?
Well,
what is the score? I don't have it on the screen here.
It's
7-4. Got it.
That's right. They got 7. I got 4.
All right. So how does this pertain to board games, you might be wondering? Let's go to board game stuff. So I looked up the stats on each of these. Board games with the word tattoo in it. All right. So the game that the most people own that has the word tattoo in it, well, there's not many. So the number one game on Board Game Geek was actually Remember My Tattoo, which is actually not a game. I mean, it is a game. It's just a variation of Memory Match. Remember My Tattoo. So you're just flipping over tattoo. So we're talking about Memory Match. How many people have marked on Board Game Geek that they own Memory Match?
Specifically the Remember My Tattoo edition?
No, just Memory Match in general, or Memory as it's called most of the time.
How many people?
By the way, Memory is in the bottom 50 ranked games of all time at Board Game Geek out of almost 19,000. People just don't like Memory, but lots of people own it. So I want to know how many people own it. Actually, let me quick look. I want to make sure I'm not using the own versus the number of people who've rated it, because that's a very different number.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's important to me.
Got it.
You got it?
I got it. I got to get the people's choice here.
Yeah, get it. Write them down, man. Write them down.
Those are some interesting numbers. Okay, I got that, and that. All right, your turn.
Okay, I said 8%.
Of the world's population? All right, then.
No, I said 612 people.
612. All right, the people said 20, 100, 2,090, and 300. The actual answer is 3,600, which means...
man, are you kidding? I wrote a number in the 3,000s and I crossed it off.
It doesn't matter. You still beat 3 people because the people also went low, therefore giving you another point, making it 7-5. 2 more questions.
That's it. I'm there. I am in.
So now we went to Hat, a game with Hat in, which, by the way, was really hard to do because HAT is a part of many German words, and also it's a part of the word hate. So I had to take those out. So I think the most rated game is Where's Bob's Hat? Although the game Hats is right behind it. Where's Bob's Hat is a trick-taking game very similar to Whist. I like it, actually. Have you played it?
Gosh, maybe years ago. I don't recall. I know it's an Alan Moon little card game.
All right, so I want to know how many people rated this game. They bothered to take the time to rate it. You know there's at least one because I have rated it. How many people have rated the game Where's Bob's Hat?
I guess one's a pretty good guess.
Oh, yeah, someone said it's part of the word that, too, T-H-A-T. Yeah. You guys, back in the day, folks, when we first, Board Game Geek's search engine wasn't as strong, trying to find the game Ra was so hard.
Oh, jeez.
You would type in Ra and any word that had R-A in it, which is quite a few words. But Board Game Geek switched it, I think, just to make Ra pop up as the number one at this point in time.
So, number of people who rated it is what you're asking, right?
Yep, and I already have the people, so you can go whenever you want.
Number of people who've rated it. Jeez. All right, I'm going to go with 438.
438. People said 45, 91, 550, and 1,500. Actual number, 397.
Bam!
You were
That's
closer
close
than everybody, which makes the score now in your favor 8-7.
Oh!
All right,
Ow!
final question here, folks.
No. We're running out of time. Sorry, folks. We must move on.
Final question. I look for a game with the word sock in it.
Oh, you suck, Tom.
Well, actually, the game we're talking about is Rock'em Sock'em Robots. That's not a sideways step at all.
Is that the one that punches the dude's heads off?
Yes, the robot's heads off.
Okay.
So, in Rock'em Sock'em Robots, you can. I want to know the average rating of that game on Board Game Geek.
It's gonna be low, baby.
Not the adjusted rating.
Sure.
Not the adjusted rating. It's the actual user ratings, and this one is also rated by many people, actually. Folks, all you need, if you get 1 point, you tie, and we're going to end in a tie because I don't have a tiebreaker. Or if you beat him, you'll win the game. If Z gets 1 or 3, he wins. Dab-a-doop, dab, dab, dab. You can do decimal points here, of course. Obviously.
Two decimal spaces is fine.
You can go to 3. Actually, I think Board Game Geek doesn't go beyond 2.
That's what I mean.
So, all right, there's a lot here, so I don't want to accidentally. I'm not trying to help the people at all, so I'm going to kind of spin the dial here. Ready? All right, stopping right there. All right, let me write these down.
Mm-hmm. How do I know you're actually writing down the ones where you stopped? Can't confirm that.
That's true. You do have to have a little bit of trust in me in this game, I suppose.
And to be honest, I'll be bluntly honest. Read into that what you will. All right, my answer is 4.26.
4.26. Well, that's different than what the people said. They said 5.9, 5.67, 5.6, and 5.8.
Okay.
Actual rating, 4.58, which means Z beat everyone, giving him 3 points, making the final score 7-11. Support your local 7-Eleven. No, I don't actually care if you support your local 7-Eleven.
You can buy Rock'em Sock'em Robots there.
I don't even know if is there even a 7-Eleven near us? I don't know.
Sure, yeah, I go to a 7-Eleven all the time, yeah.
Oh, there's one that's right around the corner from where you used to live.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, congratulations, Z. Beat the people.
You.
Let's get our revenge in just a second, but before we do that, we'll go to our contributors.
Hi folks, my name's Andy from Portable Gaming and welcome to Change Your Venue, a segment where I talk about different board game IPs that I love as board games but think would also work really well in different mediums. And today I want to talk about the Abyss universe. So Abyss started as a board game about 5 years ago, which was this interesting set collection game where you played the prospective ruler of an undersea kingdom, vying against your opponents to try and win favour and curry support from both the citizens of this kingdom and the other noble houses to try and become the new ruler. Trying to grab different groups together to support you and battling horrific monsters who might be threatening the safety of the kingdom while also taking over landmarks to solidify power. Now, this game was really fun, really good, one of my favourites. Also has gorgeous artwork that brings this world and these ideas to life. And where do you think I want to take this? Television. Most importantly, animated television. The world itself would be terrifyingly hard to recreate in any other medium, I feel, but if you could get an animated version of this, it could be almost like an animated Game of Thrones. Really double down on spectacular voice actors to really hammer home those performances. Have a taut political thriller about the intrigue, backstabbing and court issues. One of the things that made TV shows like Game of Thrones and The West Wing so popular is that intrigue and those battles. At the same time, magic and war are part of this world. Giant sea monsters from the Leviathan expansion are a constant threat to the realm, and the ability of our heroes to battle those and hold those at bay is a key part of the game. It would be a key part of the show. You could have humongous battles between different factions or taking out giant kraken horrible monsters from the deep to make sure everybody is safe, mixing action, high quality, high stakes political drama at the same time. And I think it could be a fantastically interesting show and a really unique world to explore. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. Tell me if you'd watch this show, if there's any other games you think I should cover. Anyway, folks, as always, I've been Andy, and it's your round.
Welcome to Survey Says, where we survey you listeners and we discuss the results. We are the Board Game Weekenders. I'm Colby.
And I'm Steven. In this week's episode, we asked, do you use Kickstarter to buy board games?
And 19 of them, almost 50%, said they back 1 or 2 times a year, which really surprised me because I'm in the I back about once a month.
Yeah, I would agree too. I think a lot of people that are backing once or twice a year, some of the games they might find out about on Kickstarter, but they just wait till retail and they're fine with waiting. And there's a couple that there's a lot of good stretch goals and things they want right away, where you have the people that back once a month, they might be more with the news and looking, and they might be more willing to bite. And that might be the majority of their spending when they're not buying games in stores or online. They're just Kickstarting games. It's interesting to see how many of our 17% have not used Kickstarter at all. And a lot of people don't like those practices of, maybe kind of enticing people that you have to back now. And
right. Yeah, that's one of the hardest things for me when I'm looking at purchasing a Kickstarter or backing a Kickstarter for my game group is, will we like this game? Because it is a little bit more of an investment sometimes than what I anticipate.
And then we also have our people who back multiple times a month. And a lot of those people also have the insurance of, as if, we don't like this Kickstarter game, usually they're well sought after because sometimes, they didn't print a ton of them. So they can sell them on eBay, trade them, put them on Board Game Geek. And usually they can get, a decent amount back for them if it doesn't work out.
Thanks for checking out this week's episode. Let us know your thoughts on the results in the comments below.
Look out for next week's survey on Twitter at BG Weekenders, and make sure to tune in to next episode of Survey Says. See ya.
Happy breakfast, everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you about Twin It, which comes in a small metal tin. It's a game which can effectively be described as Snap. Now, it's a little bit more than that, but each player basically takes their portion of the deck of cards. Many cards in the box. On a turn, you flip over a card, put it into the middle, and then if any of the cards match, you slap your hands down on them. Whoever does it first wins that as a set. Now, what makes the game a bit more fun is that there are a few ones that have a set of 3, which means there is a chance to steal. So when you notice that that one over there that your opponent's got has just come up, you slam your hands down, hopefully faster than them, and you're nicking the point from them. It reminds me of another game which is Dexterity, sort of grabby wise, which was Cobra Paw. I really liked that in that game, and I really like it in this one as well. On top of all of that, The artwork, of course, is sort of a bit weird, and the fact that all of the same colours are constantly used. There's some that really stand out as easy pairs, but then actually no, because there's other cards that are very similar to those with only minor tweaks. Maybe the pattern ripples off in a slightly different way, but the same colours are used. It just means it's a really good game. Only a couple of bruises, a hurt elbow, and a few slapped hands have occurred. So, you know, play if that's your style of game. And that's Twin It, and I'm Oliver East, signing out.
Hello, welcome back to 20 Questions, everybody. Mr. Tom Vassell and you in the chat versus me. You must decipher what game I have picked for you today. And so Tom is going to be asking the questions, of course, but he may only ask the yes or no questions. Let me clarify. Based on what you ask him to ask in the comments. He cannot formulate his own because he has a mushy baby brain. There, I said it. All right, Mr. Vassell.
That's not the first.
First time I've told you that.
First time you've called me a
mushy baby brain. What? This doesn't make any sense. Anywho, all right. So I've got my 20 poker chips right here, Tom. As always, you may reveal it after asking your question, and if half of these are nothing on the other side, the other half, the other 10, are broken down into 5 good, 5 bad ones. Let's do it. I've shuffled them up. I don't know what they are.
All right. I've got to ask the questions people ask, so I'm going to do so.
Sucker.
I know. So Scott says, is it a roll and write game?
It sure is not.
All right. So you know what? I'm going to learn my lesson from last time. I'm not going to flip over the first chip. I just don't want to. I'm scared. All right, next question. Twice as nice dice says, is it sci-fi themed?
It is not.
All right, I will flip over that chip. Whoa!
You like that?
Yeah, I do like that.
Like that. All right, Tom. For the first one of these, I'm going to give you 2 lies, 1 truth.
Got it.
And you are going to...
In order, that way. First 2 lies and then a truth.
Correct, of course. I'm going to do that. And give me 1 second here. All right. I'm going to give you 2 lies, 1 truth, whatever order I want, obviously. And then you can use that information however you want to after. So that'll be just the first one. After that, we'll get different things to happen when you get one of the good ones. So here we go. First statement. Plays up to 7 players. Okay. Second statement. Includes over 15 dice. Third statement. Set in North America. There you go, my friend. 3 statements.
2 of those are lies, though, right?
2 of them are straight filthy lies.
That's so weird. Definitely a 15 is a weird number to say for dice, but all right. Okay, as far as you know.
That includes over 15, by the way.
Fine. As far as you know, has the game won any awards, says Terrier Halo.
Let's find out. As far as I know, my friends, it has not won any awards, no.
Flip it. Flip that chip.
It is a nothing chip. You are down 3 questions, leaving you with 17. And let the sweating begin.
No worries. From Richard, is it cooperative?
Indeed it is.
Flip the chip again.
Whoops! That is a demon chip. This chip chips away at your innards. Sounds gross.
Mandy and Steven, thanks, say, is it older than 20 years?
It certainly is not.
So it cannot drink yet.
Correct.
I'm tempted to not flip a chip, but I will flip it. Flip it.
Good call. Very well. Tom, for this next one, I'm going to allow you to guess a letter from the answer. I'm going to give you 4 guesses, Tom. And as soon as you get a right one, I will stop. We will stop. You'll get at most 1 letter, possibly some that are not included in the title. So what would you like to guess as one of the letters in the title?
I'll go with W.
W is not in the title.
Good,
That's
good.
your first guess.
All right, next I'll go with D as in dog.
D as in dog is not in the title.
Yes. All right.
I should mention, if you don't get one at all, I'm cutting one of your questions.
Okay, fine. Oh yeah, okay, because you're smart man. Let's try. Why not? Why?
Y is not one of the letters.
Why are there so many letters not in this game? Let's try a more common one. P as in my puppy is constantly peeing on the floor.
P is in the title, Tom. Very well. It has a P, much like your puppy dog.
I am so thankful that I don't need to set an alarm anymore, that my puppy wakes me up between 5 and 6 every day. It's fantastic. Alrighty, next question. Have I, Thomas Vassal, played this game?
Yes, you have.
Ooh, I like that. I'm not going to flip that chip.
All right.
I'm scared.
You are? You sure?
I'm sure.
All right. You okay. You are down 7 questions.
Liz says, are there animals in this game?
Yes, there are animals in this game.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I won't follow up with the question, is it about squirrels? That's very, very specific. Flip the chip.
Ooh, that's a -1, which takes another one away. All right, you are down 9 questions, leaving you 11.
I like April's question. So, Z, this is personally for you.
Oh, okay.
Do you laugh a lot while playing this game?
No.
All right. I like that. That's a good question. Flip the chip.
It is a nothing chip. I don't laugh a lot playing any game. I'm a very stoic man when it comes to tabletop.
Also, he lies a lot. In fact, that was his name when he was part of the round table. Sir Lies a Lot.
Yes. I pledged my sword to helping the rest of the knights. Why laughest thou, Sir Lies a Lot?
That's not it. All right. Tuckleberry Finn says, is the box smaller than King Domino's box?
Dang. I don't think so.
Maybe my question should be, is it King Domino? But anyhow, no, there's no D in it. That'd be hilarious if someone asked that question and that was the actual game.
I know. Look, I no longer own King Domino. I should say that, so I don't have it to look at one side by side with the other. I don't
Connor
think this
says,
is smaller.
Oh, wait, flip the chip. Yes, flip the chip.
It's a nothing chip. You're down 11.
Connor says, do you play as an individual character?
Yes.
I like that. That's a great question.
Absolutely.
Because you could be playing as a corporation or a team or something. Yeah, flip the chip.
Oh, you lucky dog.
Give us a ladder, give us a ladder, give us a ladder, give us a
I will
ladder.
give you a spin on the wheel of destiny.
Is one of them doesn't give me a letter? You should put that on there, no letter for you.
If you land on a letter you've already discovered, no letter for you. How about that?
Well, that sucks, but all right. If the game's called Poppy, I'm in trouble.
That's true. I could try to throw this game by having a title that repeats the same letter a lot. Okay, the letter is U, as in you suck, but misspelled at the beginning.
Well, P-U. Alrighty. Obsidian Doom says, does the game have a map?
No.
Ooh. I will not flip that chip over. My new rule is I will flip over chips only on yes answers.
So once I see the chip, then I can feed you a yes to make you flip. I like this.
By the way, folks, I'm not going to ask any questions. I think it would spoil the fun of his two truths and a lie. I'm not going to ask any questions that directly contradict those. I want to use those as a fun two truths and a lie type thing.
Hey, if you feel like you're getting stuck, you could always use it to keep it in your back pocket also, right? You could go down that avenue with the last couple questions if you feel really stuck.
Yeah, that's true. I'm making that up myself.
I like it.
Kyle says, does it have plastic pieces?
I don't think so.
Ooh. So no is a no chip. That's the rule.
Got it.
Mandy and Steven say, can Tom pronounce the game correctly? Let's see here.
All right, you're down to 6 questions.
I don't get that.
So what do you know so far, Tom? Let's reiterate.
All right, there's not a roll right, not sci-fi, probably. Z hesitated. It hasn't won an award. It is a cooperative game. It's not 20 years or older. I have played this. It has animals involved. Z does not laugh a lot when playing it. It's not smaller than King Domino's box. You do play an individual character. There's no map and no plastic pieces. And then it's one of these facts is true. It plays up to 7, includes 15 or more than 15 dice, and it's set in North America. I don't think it's that. I don't think Z owns that game.
Why do you assume things you know nothing about, Jon Snow?
That game also has some plastic in it. No, maybe it doesn't.
Not in my copy. I threw away the plastic pieces, replaced them with cardboard. That's how I do it. I like to bling down my game.
All right, William says, does it have wooden cubes?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
A no is a no chip. That's the rule that I made up.
You just made up, yeah. All right, you're down 15. You have 5 questions to guess this. Otherwise, you know what happens.
You already took my soul last week.
I know, but now this week, if you don't get it, I give it back to you without dry cleaning it first. Like a terrible
People are really fixated on a single game at this point.
Oh, is that right? What is it? What is it? Go ahead, Tom. Guess it.
Fine, I'll ask the question someone asked. I don't remember who asked it. 2 people in a row asked it. Those 2 people are, in case people get mad, Ferg and Richard, said, is there fire in this game?
Yes.
Oh.
Is that the thing people were fixating on?
Let's flip the letter.
That's a nothing.
All right, let me think here.
The fire thing was the thing people were fixating on?
Yes.
Interesting. You're down to 4 questions. Each one, 25% of your soul.
Got it. I'm okay.
I don't know why.
Carl says, does it have any Carl says, does it have any expansions?
You know it doesn't.
All right. Then don't flip the chip. That's the rule.
Dang it.
I am stumped here. I know I've played this game, you said.
You have. You certainly have.
Okay. Fire.
You know how I know you've played it?
Because I put it on Board Game Geek, the games I played.
That's right. Yeah. Not very mysterious, I guess.
All right. Let's see. I'm a little confused.
Maybe it's time to start using those 2 truths and a lie, huh? Or 2 lies and a truth, or whatever it was.
I'm thinking about it, but see, here's my guess on these 2 truths and a lie is that I don't think you would have put stuff in there that was totally red herring. So, for example, I wouldn't say, for example, if I was playing Yahtzee, I wouldn't say this game has 20 or more cards. Because why even mention cards at all since Yahtzee doesn't have cards? Maybe I'm reading too much into that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
And that's why, remember the folks, there's no W, no D, no Y. There's a P and a U. So we've already canceled pandemic. As always.
Pandemic.
Or the game I was going to guess was Dead Men Tell No Tales, but that starts with a D very clearly.
Mm-hmm.
How many questions I got left?
You got 3 questions left, and then your usual help final guess. Because I like a fair fiddle fight.
Alrighty. Oh man, this is tough. There's only so many folks. It's not Flashpoint Fire Rescue that has many expansions. Stop saying Flashpoint Fire Rescue.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, whatever. You definitely know there's expansions for it.
No.
Also, Z does not care for Flashpoint Fire Rescues that much. I don't know why.
Because it's hot garbage. I killed myself.
All right. Valkyrie wants to know, is it in the top 500 games on Board Game Geek?
Oh, baby. It is not.
All right. No chip then.
No chip. 2 questions left, Tom. And then your soul. Also, your tie. I would like your tie this time.
All righty. Let's see. It can't be that game. Man.
I know it's scary. It is scary.
Scott says, we used to win this every week. Now we suck.
I know. I'm sorry. Even with the hive mind, the power of the entire internet behind you.
I know some people are talking about the game with the burning pirate ship that's Dead Men Tell No Tales, and that has a D in it. So it can't be that one. All right. People are super fixated on asking weird questions now. All right. Give me a good question. No one's giving me questions to ask here. That's really Tom's fault? Oh, yeah, it is my fault. But okay.
You can do this. I believe in you. I actually thought you might be closer than you seemingly are.
Oh, that's a good question. I like asking these weird questions. Has the designer created a more successful game than the one we're talking about?
Yes.
All right. I like that question. Even if it doesn't help me, it's a good question. Flip the chip.
Nothing. And then this final one.
Well, I'm flipping that whether we get a yes or no.
What? Are you sure? You sure you're flipping this one?
All right, I'll ask this question. I'm not sure if it helps. Mentat says, is it an escape room type game?
No.
All right, I'm still flipping the chip.
It's actually a negative chip. It was buried at the bottom, but it doesn't do anything at the bottom, except if upon winning, I get not just your soul and your tie, but your hat as well.
No! Have my hat. I got more.
I shall keep your soul within it and pet it like a frazzled cat.
You better stop while you're ahead.
I know. Okay, what do you got? You ready for me to show it to you? Yeah,
No. We get one guess here.
Do.
All right, folks, just start throwing out answers. I'm going to pick one in the next 20 seconds here. Remember, it's not a roll, right? Not sci-fi, but it is co-op. That's the big thing. Co-op. There's not that many co-op games. Plays 7
They're all
to 15
pandemic.
days.
From what I understand, every co-op out there is basically pandemic.
It's you play an actual person. I've played this. It has animals. Z doesn't laugh. It's not smaller than King Domino.
I love the Z laughing right in the middle. It's so weird.
You do play individual characters, but there's no map, no plastic, no wooden cubes, but there is fire of sorts. No expansions. It's not a top 500 BGG. It's not this designer's most successful game. All right. It's not an escape room game. No one's giving me names of games. And the two truths of the lie. One of these is true. It plays up to 7, which could be a co-op game, right? There's some co-op games that go up to 7. And it includes 15 or more dice, which may or may not be true. Set in North America. I'm assuming that one's the lie. So
two lies, okay? It's not 2 truths and a lie. It's 2 lies and 1 truth.
I have my game. I'm guessing it.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, no. I haven't played that game, so I can't guess it.
Which one?
I was thinking you were gonna be sneaky and say Rescue Polar Bears because you did that last week. 2 weeks in a row would be pretty funny. But
I'm not that evil, dude. No, come on.
But I haven't played it. I would have guessed it though because you might have been that evil.
No.
That would be really funny. No one has given me an answer that like fits any of the categories. People keep saying this game. Have I played this game? I don't even know what it is. Let me look it up. Oh yeah, I guess I did play this game. Fine, I'll say it.
Goodness. Go ahead.
Samurai Spirit.
Yes, you idiot. Yes. People have been saying it. They're lighting you up with Samurai Spirit.
Oh, well,
I love you. It keeps going by the screen, and you're like, no one keeps giving me any game. Like, 12 people have said, 13 people now. Yeah, it's Samurai Spirit. It's about the size of King Domino. That was the question that stopped me the most. It's basically the size of King Domino. Actually. You rated it a 5 only. You don't like it, yeah.
But I only played it once. I just didn't care for it.
It's got people. You play the characters. They turn into animals.
You're right.
Showing raiders are setting the village on fire. It does play 7 players. That's the truth. And it's from Antoine Boza, who's done not one more popular game, tons of more popular games. So there you go, Tom. The internet has saved you once again.
Yeah, they did. Thank you, everybody. All right. We got a few more segments. Then let's come back and find out who won the contest.
Hey there, everyone. I'm Jen, the board game librarian, with my segments from the page to the table, and I'm joined with
Jay Shaw from Mondo.
Wonderful. So we're going to talk about an upcoming set, which is pertinent for me, for books too, and that is a Jurassic Park set.
Absolutely, a Jurassic Park set. So the first Jurassic Park set that we'll be releasing for Unmatched.
First, what?
The first of many. Is the Velociraptors versus Muldoon and the InGen workers. So that's a perfect matchup, right? Those are natural enemies.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the first set. The Velociraptors, they work in tandem. So there aren't any sidekicks. These are 3 main characters that one player will control and have to kind of coordinate your attacks and where you're moving. And then Muldoon is obviously, the greatest safari hunter of dinosaurs, I guess, and
to ever live, I guess.
But his crew has every kind of InGen technology available, so they're setting traps, they're detonating things, they're blowing up all of Jurassic Park in order to kill these raptors.
So that's super exciting.
It is. It's very, very exciting.
I'm so excited about this.
And we've got more sets in development right now. So, if you ever wanted to play a really large dinosaur in Unmatched. That might happen. If you've got Fate, maybe, possibly, you know, it's not a lot of reach, but a whole lot of stomp.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
If you've got favorite characters, if you know, certain paleontologists are your favorite characters to play. You know, he's great, you know, but let's not forget Ellie Sattler.
Oh, yeah.
She's absolutely awesome.
Thank you again, Jay, for joining me. I'm talking about Unmatched Jurassic Park. Comment below which ones you would like to see, which other Unmatched do-ups you'd like to do, and yeah, maybe we'll show up at your retailer near you.
Ask for something. We'll try.
Something big. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
All right, they're both sleeping. Good. Easy. Can't believe I'm gonna be playing a game with my wife. All I have to do is grab the game and leave this room without making any noise. Simple. You got it. You got this. You got this. Yes. Yes.
Hi guys! As you might have understood from the intro, today we want to talk about games that are perfect, in our opinion, for new parents. Parents with little ones that scream, give you no time, and break your time in pieces when you're trying to do something else. Circle of the Wagons is one of those amazing games. Yes, of course, it's super fast, you can stop it and resume it whenever you want, but we advise this game because it's also a deep strategy game, for 3 reasons. 1, no luck whatsoever. There are cards, of course, but the first player begins selecting, drafting cards where the opponent tells him to. So there is no luck involved. Second, there is a huge variety of strategies, not only the standard rule of creating larger group of territories, but also 3 additional unique rules every time. Which brings me to the third point. It's a game with a high replayability value. There are 18 cards double-sided, on one side territories, on the other side extra unique rules, and every time 3 of those cards are dealt face up, revealing 3 unique additional ways, rules to make points at the end of the game. No game is ever the same. Check it out, Circle the Wagons.
Wagons!
Well, hi everyone, I'm Doug Jr.
And I'm Doug III.
And you're watching a Fellowship of Meeples on location with Doug and Doug Gaming. So we are on location here on the banks of the Mississippi River. That's right, we've come all the way from Florida to LeClaire, Iowa.
Just for this video
Just
and
for
nothing
you guys.
else.
And I'm going to continue what I've been doing where I have family members pick out a game off our shelves and let me know what game they would like to play, and I'm going to predict what I think they're going to pick. Now, in this case, you are the family member. So, since we're not actually home, this is going to be done virtually, but Doug the Third knows
I know what we got.
all the games that we have on the shelves. In your mind, go to the shelves, look all the games over, and pick out the game you would most like to play.
I got it.
The game that I think you would most like to play is Wrath of Ashardalon.
Honestly, that is first what I did once.
Really?
But I chose Heroescape.
Heroescape. Oh, yes. I didn't even think of that.
And I'm just going to be completely honest and fair. It might have been because I thought you might have guessed Wrath of Ashardalon. But it was between that and Heroescape. And I was like, you know what? It's been longer since I played Heroescape.
He likes Heroescape, and he has Heroescape.
Yeah.
So far, I have missed every guess I've made for family members. But next week, I'm going to try again. And I've still got some more family members, so I'm going to do this till I get it right. Hey, thanks so much for watching this episode of A Fellowship of Meeples. You guys hang in there. Things are getting back to normal, and we'll look forward to playing some games with maybe some of you guys soon. So for now, I'm Doug Jr.
I'm Doug III.
We'll see you next time on the Fellowship of Meeples with Doug and Doug Gaming.
All right. right, it's winter time for, again, a copy of Lots. I have it right here. Lots. If you want to get that game, you can go online and find it. But for the winners, they are David Baez, B-A-E-Z, and Andrew Beutel, B-E-U-T-E-L, in case I pronounced those incorrectly. Congratulations! Folks, I want to really encourage you about this virtual online con that we're doing with Board Game Geek in a week and a half or 2 weeks, I guess. Go sign up for that. You might be able to play games with us, but even despite that, you'll play games with other people, like-minded people. Yes, many cons have been canceled this year. That's how it is, And that's it. Most of the cons for the whole year have been canceled. But here's a chance we have to play games with each other. And Board Game Geek has put together such a well-structured thing. It's going to be fantastic. Alrighty, that being said, I'll see you all tomorrow morning. I'll be doing continuing my live playthrough of Charterstone on the app. We'll see if I'll still be Lord of the Golems. I've switched out from being Lord of the Cats. Anyway, until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia. Thanks, everybody.
And we'll have fun gaming.